After just the first week since seeding the fairway, the ryegrass started coming in fast. It was looking good, but as you can see from above, it was still very thin, which is to be expected. After the second week of growth, it was ready for the first mowing, and I mowed it very high, which led to some great looking stripes. After mowing and a quick cleanup, it was already starting to look like a real fairway, although you could still see all the thin spots from aerial footage. I'm going to give it a few more weeks though, and then give it a good overseed to help it start filling in. At the end of the third week, I mowed it again, and then after the fourth week, it was really starting to look great. My plan is to come back out in the next weekend or two and do the second round of seeding, and then also do some sand leveling to make it start looking and feeling like a real fairway again. But for today, it was time to get back over to the driving range field and get the fairway strip mowed low again so we can find the golf balls that we hit. I had Wilson helping, and we loaded the zero turn on the trailer to take over for mowing. I would usually use the tractor to do this, but I've got to get some work done on the finishing mower before I can get it back to functional again. This is the first time I've let Wilson mow the big field, and while he was excited about it, he had no idea that there was a hidden agenda as to why I wanted his help. While Wilson spent the next hour mowing, I got a solid 2 minutes of work done weed eating the tee boxes, and you'll see shortly what my true game plan was. Looking over at the corner of the field next to the driving range, you'll see that the food plot is starting to come in as well. We had perfect weather right after we seeded, which helped it grow very quickly and look nice and lush. Since then, however, we've had one straight month of no rain, and it's quickly drying out. But it's still looking pretty good, and we have already spent some time in the new elevated shooting blind we put up, which has a perfect view of the entire plot. But back to my game plan, while Wilson got all excited about getting to mow the big field, he had no idea that I came over fully armed and equipped to put a practice net out on the range and start hitting a bucket of balls while he worked. And while Wilson was mowing lap after lap, I was hitting wedge after wedge and even holed a few out from 40 yards. But of course, I also brought Wilson's clubs over with us and then spent the next hour watching him hit his own bucket of balls. With half of the driving range fully mowed, it's now looking good again, but more importantly, we can find all the golf balls that we hit. And for the rest of this fall, it won't be hard to find us, unless of course it's the late evening, in which case you'll have to find us in our tree stand. We will be back to work soon, so be sure to subscribe and follow along if you want to see the results. Thanks everyone for watching, and we will see you soon.